guys, it's Jessica from Peace Love Books, and today I'm here with a video all about my December TBR. I have a smaller stack here because I want to focus on books that I'm really excited to read that could end up being favorites or that have been on my TBR all year that I have not gotten to yet. I have a few for a fantasy vlog I plan on doing, and then I do have a couple of book clubs. I have 3 book clubs I'm joining this month, which I hope I can get to them all because I am so bad at reading book club books and I finish them like the day of, and I need to do better. That is a goal for 2024, I do better at reading book club books, but I will go ahead and get to all the books I want to read in December. So the first book club I have is my Historical Hellions book club I run with Books with Samantha, and we are reading Defy Not the Heart by Joanna Lindsey, which I'm so excited for. I'm always excited for our books, and I always start them too late, and they're long usually. This one is almost 400 pages. I'm going to start it before the day before. Okay, so she is being taken by this knight who is going to deliver her to this lord that she's been kidnapped to marry, and she's like, I'm not accepting this. To save herself, she offers the knight who kidnaps her to marry him instead, and she'll make him a great lord. So I think that's what the premise is, and they end up falling in love with one another. So I'm very excited for this one. I also have Big Nick Energy by Morgan Elizabeth. This one is our book club pick for Ravished by Romance, the book club I run with Lacey from Lacey Book Lovers. This one is a single mom cowboy, she's grumpy, he's sunshine rope play rom-com that is a Christmas romance. So I'm very excited for this one. I did really love 'Tis the Season for Revenge, and this one is shorter. It was supposed to be a novella, but it's not. But it is less than 300 pages, so we'll see how this goes. He is a cowboy, which I'm very excited for. I didn't know that looking at the cover, so hopefully we enjoy this one. We're very excited. I am also participating in Samantha's other book club. I was invited as a guest, which I'm very excited for. So this is the 12 Sleighs of Christmas, and this is a mystery. So it is a cozy mystery that Samantha and Spencer run for their book club. It's cozy mysteries, and so this one I don't even know what it's about. I just think it's a Christmas tree farm murder mystery, which sounds so exciting. I'm very excited. I think this one is also available through the library on audio, so that is how I'm going to be reading this one, but very excited to chat, and I really want to get into cozy mysteries, so hopefully I enjoy this. I almost forgot. I do have my TBR jar full of my patrons' submissions. They submitted books for me to read, and I need to read one of them a month. I am waiting until the last minute to read my one for November. I just ran out of time because I went out of town, but I'm going to be reading that this week. That will be read, but the book that I'm going to be reading from my Patreon, I always have a link down below. If you are interested, you get to add a book to the TBR jar if you want to, and I do have a Caution to the Wind vlog by Gianna Darling going up for them this week. It should already be up by the time this goes up. They're seeing this early as well, so if you're interested in any of those perks, check it out down below. But we have one here, and I always get so nervous reading these. It is going to be, oh, it's from Christy. Okay, this is from Christy Reads a Lot, and she said Heat Wave by Karina Halley, which is interesting. I don't know, my library might have the audio for this one. They do have a lot of her audiobooks. I really love Karina Halley. I just have not been keeping up with her releases. Actually, I did read her pirate one, which was okay. Oh, she gets to go to a Hawaiian hotel and run the kitchen there, and the man running the hotel is the guy that she falls in love with, and she is dealing with some grief over losing her sister 2 years ago. I am excited. This sounds like the one kind of Karina Halley books that I actually really love because they're definitely more emotional, and I really loved her older stuff, and I don't know when this one came out, if it'll say, but I am excited for this one. So thank you, Christy, for the submission. I will be reading that in December. Okay, so I'm going to go through my small stack here. The first one I'm reading is Because of Tori from Novel Life. She is going to kill me if I don't read this, and the second book doesn't come out until December 26th on paperback from the Trad publisher, so I do have the indie copy. It's just the font is so small, and this book is giant, but this series is Tori's all-time favorite series, and I've only read book 1. I do need to continue on the series because I don't get to her favorite books, and I need to be better at that. So I loved the first one so much, so I really want to continue on and then get to the next 2, which are her favorites. He's a rugby player, and she is from a very bad home, and they fall in love, and that is going to be a very emotional romance. We'll see how it goes. And then I have 2 historicals that I really would love to get to. I've not read enough historicals, but Diana Quincy had a new one come out, and I'm dying to read this one. It is The Duke Gets Desperate, and I love Diana Quincy so much, and I really want to get to this because he inherits his father's title with a castle, but he learns that his father had left the manor to his stepmother and she dies. And so then her cousin inherits the castle, and that is who his romance is with. So I'm excited. And then we also have The Duchess Takes a Husband. I loved Harper St. George. I love this series, and this one sounded really good. So it's a London rogue and an American duchess, and she's a pariah, so she has to be technically accepted by society, but she's a widow, and she's interested in the women's suffrage movement, and she falls for an illegitimate son of an earl. So he is the owner of one of their famous clubs. Very excited for that. I really hope to get to them. I also have heard so many good things about Nora Roberts' new book. I got this from Target when they had their buy two get one free sale, and the book is stunning. It is her new book. I believe it's paranormal, and this one I've heard quite a few people actually message me and tell me like, hey, this is good, and I'm like, okay, I need to read this one. So I don't know anything else about it. It's the first in a new trilogy, and she discovers that she has an uncle, and her dad is dead, and it is his twin, and she is left a Victorian house in Maine, and she wants to know why they were kept apart. So I'm very excited. I cannot wait. I've heard really good things, like I said. I'm also doing a read-along for Crescent City with some friends. Our first live show is going to be in December. We are reading the first two before the new book comes out, so Tori and I both got the special edition paperbacks so that we can annotate them and read them before our live show. So I will leave all that information down below if you're interested in joining, but very excited. I've read this twice and cried both times. Will probably cry a third time, but it's totally fine. January I'm going to be reading book 2, and then book 3 comes out I think January 31st. So I'll be reading that in February. Okay, so then I have a fantasy vlog I want to do. I want to read some of the books that are on the Goodreads Choice Awards romantasy category, because the romance category honestly wasn't exciting to me, and I was like, I'm not going to put myself through that. So I'm going to pick some. I'm going to pick for sure 3. I don't know if I want to read a 4th one from that category. I think I had another one that I do own on there, but I'm already reading too many books. So Fall of Ruin and Wrath by Jennifer Armentrout. I actually got this edition from Barnes & Noble. They were having their sale where books were only $14 for hardbacks, and this is originally $28, so it was half off, so I bought it. It's really pretty and shiny, and I don't know anything about this. I think that there's some sort of like thing to do with him feeding off of her during pleasure. That's all I know, but want to read that one. I was also sent this from Forever Romance, and I'm very excited they sent this my way because it was on my TBR already. It is Trial of the Sun Queen, and I'm reading this because book 2 was on the list, and I can't read book 2 without reading book 1. So this one is a contest to win the king's heart, and literally you fight to the death. So there are 10 women who fight to the death to marry the king. I'm sold already. Then I have Throne of the Fallen by Carrie Maniscalco. I would love to read this. I did not love The Wicked Kingdom? The Kingdom of the Wicked? Whichever her other series was, I wasn't the biggest fan. But I do want to read this one, Oh Kingdom of the Wicked. This one is her adult debut, I believe, and this one sounds good. I'm not going to read it and try to understand the synopsis because I cannot do that with fantasy romances, but I have the pretty Barnes & Noble edition, and I've heard some people not love it, but I'm going to go in with high hopes. I'm gonna go in with high hopes. I have Insta Love by Danielle Allen. I got this when I met her in August, and I need to read this one. I love her so much, and this is a reality show, and I think they have to get married on it. So she was betrayed by her best friend and her boyfriend 3 years ago. She still cannot trust people, and she applied to be part of the social experiment, and she has to marry a man she's never met. Look at that cover. Like, I'm so excited to read this. I love Danielle Allen. I really need to read her new release. I would also love to read Caught Up by Liz Tomford. This is a new one in the series that recently came out, and Tori read it and cried, and it is her favorite book by Liz Tomford. So this one is a single dad baseball hero with the nanny, and she's a chef, and everything about this screams something I'm gonna love. So I really hope that I enjoy it. We also have Happy Place by Emily Henry. It was one of the ones on the Goodreads Choice Awards where I was like, I would like to read it and just to see if I will like it, because I've heard people liked Beach Read enjoy this one, and it's kind of the trope that I love where they broke up, but they have to pretend like they're still together on a friend vacation. So it is a second chance romance, which is my favorite. I did end up getting the pink hardback, which I'm very excited for, and I hope I like it. So I want to give it a shot. And this is one of the ones I hadn't read yet on the Goodreads Choice Awards that I think I would like. We do have a few new releases that I'm for sure going to get to. So let me pull up my graphic. So like I said, I don't want to like be too ambitious, but we have what I'm going to read in the month of December. I am for sure going to read The Shake Off by Lulu Moore. This one is a baseball romance. That's all I know. I don't even know the rest of the synopsis for it. Let me see if she's listed any tropes for it. One night stand gone wrong, reverse age gap of 7 years, he falls first, and baseball players. So very, very excited for that one. I cannot wait. We do have Mila Finelli does have a new one. I'll get to it if I have time. And I think that's it. Most of the releases come out in the beginning of the month, and I do have arcs, so I will hopefully be reading them before December comes around. And yeah, those are all the books that I hope to be reading in December. Let me know if you've read these and what you're excited for me to read and what else I should add. And you're like, if you haven't read this yet, read it for the end of the year. Let me know. I would love to hear. And that's all I have. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye.